We have a lot of fantastic guests on a regular basis that come backwards and forwards through the doors here at Wake Up WA, dragging themselves up, kicking and screaming in the early hours of the morning, so that you can be enriched about the people of WA. I'm very excited today because Shelley Taylor-Smith's back. She joined us about a year and a half ago, and I was running around kicking down doors and telling everyone to get out the way. 7 times world marathon swimming champion, best-selling author, motivational speaker. You can see her doing keynote addresses at palaces around the world. We're joined now by the awesome, the talented Miss Shelley Taylor-Smith. Good morning.
Hi. Mostly the thing I'm proud of is I am West Australian.
Oh,
so
great.
Yes, of course.
Goes
and
out.
I'm very proud to be Australian, and I love my flag.
Beautiful flag on the top.
We wouldn't care about everything else if you weren't West Australian, Shelley, frankly.
Yeah, well, at least you're honest.
Now, today there's so much to talk about with you, but one thing in particular that grabbed my eye last night was reading your quote on your website, which really moved me. Can I read it out?
Yeah,
Can you explain it?
absolutely.
This is what she's written. A champion's greatest asset is not their abilities, but their mind. Anyone can be a champion in their own world once they know how to use the power of their mind to win.
Yeah, I kind of wrote that after I realised that, you know the winners in the world, there's, only one winner in a competition, or in business, someone that wins the gold medal. But champions are really just about the quality of the person and the individual, and we can all be champions, and that's what Champion Mindset Consulting is all about. It's about helping people understand that, and what's something I'm passionately committed to, which I shared with you earlier, was that it is our birthright. It is your birthright to achieve your goals. It's not for the lucky few. It's not by chance. That, really, if you follow a key habits in your lifestyle, that you can achieve what you want. And it's that, it's quite sad that out in society that people have a low self-esteem, they have a lot of self-doubt, which is the enemy, that, the thief that takes your confidence away, believing you can do anything.
Now, Shelley, look, I've always been curious about this question. Now, you've had the world titles, which encompass everybody, male and female. So you're the only person ever to have held a world championship in a sport as opposed to being male or female. And of course, no man's ever held the women's record.
That we know of, yeah.
That's it. These doping tests are only new, aren't they? But what's always confused me is, like, are you now able to speak about being a champion because of that journey, or were you able to take that journey because you were always a champion?
I think I'm the unlikely champion, the one that was had a lot of setbacks. And I tell people, I'm just an ordinary human being like you and I. I'm no different. I'm unique in that I remained positive, and I had people in my life that held me true to who I am. True to Shelley Taylor-Smith, stay committed to who I am. When a lot of people said, sit down, shut up and retire, I said, no, I want to keep going. So I didn't really come of age until my mid-20s, late 20s, when I won my first gold medal. But, and then retired, at 38, when a lot of my competitors were 18. So I think I'm the unlikely champion because of the setbacks I went, and people always thought, like my physiotherapist at 12 years of age said, look, don't get your hopes up. I know you love swimming, Shelley, but you're never going to be any good.
That can be the best motivation, can't it? Being told you're not able to do something.
Yeah, and then so later when I had setbacks, it's not so much I proved him wrong, but I proved that I could do it. And it's not about driving, it's not something about your passion driving you in an area to prove someone. It's about what you know in yourself and what you value. So I had people like my godfather, Mel Brown, and my dad, who were very strong.
You don't know who Mel Brown is, do you?
Yeah, that's right. Everybody at home go, oh no, not Mel Brown, big bad Mel. We love you, Mel. And speak about him regularly, as I still do. But I had people in my life that held me grounded and didn't get lost in things, and kicked me up the butt when I needed to, like Dawn Fraser, where I live in Sydney and that. So I think it's about, being a champion is really about staying true to who you are and being committed, discipline. And our youth of today really need to know this too, and anybody that's fighting with their goals, that you've just got to get up, get over it and get on with it.
But, sorry, I just want to clear this up though. Let's take it back a step to where your physio was telling you, look, you're not going to be able to swim, don't worry about it, it's cool. You didn't say, okay, well, I'm going to focus on 50 metres, I'm going to get good at doing one lap.
No.
Yeah, I'm going to swim around the world. Tell us about marathon swimming, just in general terms. What sort of distances do you have to cover for it to be qualifying as a marathon in the water as opposed to on the land?
Well, when I initially started, a world championship title was 25 kilometres. So it was about 5 hours, guys, my world championship in the Swan River, when I won this beautiful gold medal here, and a lot of people here in WA are responsible for that. It's not my medal, it's our medal. That one, started at 7 a.m. in the morning on January 10, and, it was going all day, people were still at school.
How do you push your body to succeed in something like that?
Mind over matter. And you know, the mind really is a powerful tool, and you know, the most important 6 inches of our bodies is the distance between the ears. And you know, you've really got to understand that out there in the world, there are a lot of people which I call the dream takers, and it's war out there when you've got 5 negatives to 1 positive thought, experience, you know, trying to infiltrate your mind and take over. So you've got to really protect yourself and understand that that mind is a powerful tool. What you think about, you'll attract. What you think about is what you focus on, and whether you want it or you don't want it, whatever you think about, you're going to bring, whether it's negative or positive. So you've got to really watch that.
This law of attraction,
Yeah.
you hear all about, is that sort of
Look, it's
along
not a
those
secret.
lines?
It's not a secret. I mean, it's not a secret. You know, it's a basic fundamental rule that's always been around, and you know, it's been capsulated. And the good thing, the best thing about it is people are starting to understand that it is a simple tool. They just need a little bit of guidance to help them understand how to achieve it. Which is, if you've got a lot of self-doubt. And if you keep beating yourself up, and if you're negative, that's because you've been negative more than you've been positive. People say to me, Shelley, you know, how come you're so positive? Well, I said, well, it's like being a good swimmer. I practiced. I was a lousy swimmer in the beginning.
Yeah.
And how do I know that? Because they told me.
So how do you train yourself every day to stay on top of your game?
I train myself to be positive, the same as I do to maintain my health and fitness. You've got to, it's a discipline. It's practice. And, you know, for anybody out there where they've got a new habit or new goal, it's 1 day at a time. 1 thought at a time, and you know, just focus on today. What can I do today? Mums at home and dads, you know, they've got so many balls they're juggling and plates, and you know, they're feeling like, oh, woe is me, and that's right. So I tell people, just focus on what matters most to you, and be realistic. You know, I didn't wake up one day and say I'm going to be a world champion. I woke up and said, hey, I'm going to be a club champion. Oh, I'd like to make a state team. Oh, and then I represented, and then, you know, 21 years of age, I fell into marathon swimming, which is now an Olympic sport.
Oh.
I'll go to Beijing next week.
Oh, so you get to go?
Yeah, I'm basically organising the event.
Can they retrospectively give you a couple of golds or something?
Well, I'm hoping I present flowers or something. But I work side by side with BOCOG, which is the Beijing organising committee of the Olympic Games. I'm going over the next week, and I'll be standing side by side with them saying, no, that's not how it should be done. And, you know, I want to make sure that with our committee, with FINA, we run the best possible event and venue for our first ever Olympics.
You've been retired 6 years now. I wouldn't mind putting a couple of bob on the fact that you'll jump in the pool and have a go. How are you going to stand by and watch other people compete?
Easy, you know. It's like easy. It's a habit. You know, when you haven't done it for a while, you think, I have no desire to go swim 100 kilometres a week, let me tell you. I'm more passionate about helping other people in my favourite backyard, Australia now, just roaming around Australia, regional Australia, anywhere that people want me to come and talk and help them with their goals. And I put workshops on for kids, and I'm speaking next Monday at the Step to the Future Forum, which is all schools have been sent that out, and then I go to Bunbury on Wednesday and do the same thing. So I'm in Australia for the next week, and happy to be home, going to catch up with all my family.
Make the most of it. So people can get in contact with you while you're here?
Absolutely. Just go to my website, championmindset.com.au, and there's a motivational newsletter that's complimentary that people can log on to. They get a newsletter once a week, kick them up the butt, kickstart their day, as some people say, and just energise them for success. But mostly, the important thing is if you find yourself too motivated, you just hit delete.
Yeah.
Nice one.
We all know that button.
I like that.
We all know that button.
That's true, definitely.
So the only thing we like better than a West Australian champion is a freebie. Shelley, you brought us both.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks so much for coming in. Look, again, we can only ever cover
well.
about 2% of whatever you do. We have to get you in for like 3 days in a row.
Well, you know, when I come back for a regular month or so next year, which I will be doing around February, so I'd be happy to come in once a week and really give some people fired up tips for motivation if you want me back.
Take a video and get a home video at Beijing as well.
Oh, yeah.
I'd love to get the inside.
Oh, I'd love to. My pleasure. Absolutely.
Exclusive. Wake Up WA. There we go.
My
Shelley
pleasure.
Taylor-Smith, thank you so much. And for bringing in the medals and things as well. Can we leave them there for the show?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, excellent.